Who's watching?
Hello!
Hello. Right, yes.
Yes. For this video, as it's quite topical, with the Master being in the new series, we've had a look at this magazine, and they did a top 10 list of what they believed was the best Master reveals through the whole of Doctor Who. Some of them we agreed with, some of them we didn't.
We've politely disagreed.
But yes, so we've made our own list.
We're not talking about the episodes.
No.
We're not talking about the things that surround it. We are just talking about the reveal itself for this list.
Yep.
We might mention the other things, but when we're talking about the list, we are trying to, as much as possible, not be biased towards the rest of it.
Yeah.
Let's start with number 5.
Yeah.
We've got the reveal from
Well Enough
in Time. It might have been higher on the list, but it was ruined.
Yes.
You knew who it was.
Yeah.
My dad didn't know who it was because he doesn't keep up with social media or watch the adverts or anything like that. So he thought it was a great reveal, but for me, I was like, as soon as his character appeared, I was like, there he is.
Yeah.
Look.
Yeah.
It's not really a reveal.
It couldn't have really been anybody else when you knew he was in it.
Yeah, exactly.
He couldn't have been anybody else.
But the reveal itself was pretty good.
Yeah. I quite like the bit, and they say in here something about the line when he's like, oh, well, the reason he disguised himself was because Bill would probably remember him as Harold Saxon.
Yeah.
And they do talk about the line where he's like, well, you've got to disguise yourself when you're somebody's former Prime Minister.
When you happen to be someone's former Prime Minister.
Yeah. And it's a good line as well, especially if you sort of, I imagine it'd be a good line when you go back and you do a rewatch and you've not actually watched it, you don't really remember much of it, sort of years down the line, and people are like, oh my god, it's the Master's back in
It's the fact that the person the reveal is to is the Master as well.
Yeah.
I really liked about that.
Yeah.
It wasn't...
And she doesn't know, even though Time Lords are supposed to know when...
Well, the thing is, when...
They're sort of around, but...
Not when you're around yourself.
Yeah.
When you're around yourself, I don't know if they've ever explained how it works properly, but whenever a Time Lord is around themselves through time travel, you cannot remember the experience from the last one.
Yeah.
You sort of... I think the way it works is, because time is in flux, I think the way it works is that if the younger version of you is experiencing something, you can remember what they're experiencing along as they experience it. But all this stuff here you can't remember, so you can't just be like, well, I know this problem's going to be solved because I remember me doing it when I was you. It doesn't work like that, but they don't think they've ever actually explained how that works. And theories galore, but I don't think they have.
But that's a good reveal.
Yeah.
That was much higher on theirs. That was number 3. I think it's ruined by the fact that we knew he was turning up.
Number 4.
Number 4, we have Survival. Now you have not seen Survival.
I have not seen Survival.
But it's a good story anyway. But the bit you've seen through the first episode, you've seen these glowing eyes, because it's the one with the cheetah people in it, and they're all about cats and things like that. So you've seen these glowing eyes, and you kind of just assume it's Emperor Cheetah person or whatever it is. And at the very end of the first episode, the Doctor, Sylvester McCoy, and whoever it is, it's not Ace that's with him, kind of get taken to this tent, and the Doctor pulls back the tent, and the Master leans forward with his glowing eyes, and he's like, so Doctor, what an unexpected pleasure. And then it sort of cuts away.
Why, Doctor? What an unexpected pleasure.
But it is a very good
reveal.
reveal.
Or was that the 80s
Yeah, I
synth
think it's
tune?
the 80s synth tune, but it's Antonioni, so he might have meowed.
It was just the way you did it, like unexpected.
But yeah, and it is quite good because it's the Master, that the planet that he's on, there's something about it that turns people into cheetah people if they're on there for too long. And obviously he's been on there too long and he's starting to turn into one. But no, it is a good line, especially as the whole way through the first episode, he's been in it, the whole episode, but you obviously didn't know it was him. And it wasn't spoiled by a trailer at the end of the last one. So, no, I think that deserves to be on there. It's number 5 in their list. I think that's fair. Where we've put it, I think it's a fair place to put it.
So 3, we've got Missy's reveal.
Yes.
So I don't like the build-up to it, but I like the bit where on the steps, just the interaction between her and Capaldi.
Yeah.
Just the reveal line of, well, I couldn't keep calling myself the Master.
Couldn't very well keep calling myself the Master. No, could.
No,
I mean,
could I?
She could have.
Yeah.
That would have been fun. But I do like that. And I know a lot of people complain about the fact that they changed the name, as it were, but it kind of just worked for that incarnation of the Master.
Yeah. Especially as you know it's the Master anyway, so
yeah.
It doesn't matter if they change their name.
I like. I
like that
really
one.
Like
it is a good reveal. Especially as that was another one. She'd been in it the whole time.
Yeah.
And people were like, whenever there is a new female character that's in the trailers, it's the Rani, it's Susan, it's Romana. And there were a few people who had said it was the Master.
A lot of people thought it was the Rani. An overwhelming amount of classic fans thought it was going to be the Rani.
So
to the point where
it was quite a nice surprise. It's like, it's actually the Master.
I thought it was a nice surprise.
Yeah.
I know that some people were annoyed that it wasn't the Rani at the end. I'd quite like to see the Rani come back as a man.
I'd like the Rani to come back. Yeah, as either a man or a woman. I'm not fussed. But I quite like the Rani as a villain. But yeah, so many people have been like, oh, that's so and so, that's so and so, that's so and so.
You don't need to interact with them in the right order. It'd be nice to have an episode with Jodie Whittaker's Doctor, Missy, and the Rani as a bloke. I think that would be just to really annoy the people that don't like it when Time Lords switch gender.
So at number 2, we have the latest one, Sacha Dhawan. Yes.
His reveal. I have issues with the episodes, but our reviews.
But I think the reveal was pretty solid, wasn't it?
It was great.
It was very good.
Callbacks to things that have happened in modern Who, callbacks to things that happened in classic Who. The little matchbox. With
I loved the fact
I loved that.
That was my favourite bit of it. Was that he started shrinking people again, and I was like, oh my god. Because I think that's what the Master has missed all the way through the modern stuff, is that he doesn't shrink people anymore or anything like that. And I'm like, oh, but I want my Master to shrink people. And he's done it again.
Yeah, the reveal was...
It was very good. I had it spoilt because I'd been working that night and I came home and I accidentally went on Twitter because no one was expecting it. No. When you go back and watch the trailers, they'd actually edited him out of the trailer. That bit where they come out and they're looking up at that thing when they go to that party. They'd actually edited him out of the trailer, so no one even knew that the Master was in it. Probably the BBC's best kept secret for this season, I should imagine.
I imagine that reveal was so good because the last John Sims one was so bad. Not obviously the reveal itself we put on the list because the reveal was good, but it was the way it was spoiled was so annoying. I feel like that's why they've kept this. Also because Chris Chibnall doesn't like telling us anything. No. Which is one of his better traits as showrunner, in my opinion. No,
I went on Twitter and they were like, oh my god, I can't believe they're back. And I'm like, right, okay, well I have to know more now. But I couldn't wait to watch the episode. And so I was clicking it and I was like, and people were like, oh my god, that was such a great reveal, And I'm like, okay, but who were they revealing? And then I clicked on one and it was like, oh my god, that was the Master. And I was like, oh my god, the Master's in it. And that made me more excited to watch it. Because I'm not going to beat around the bush. I was dreading a little bit this new series, considering how uneven I thought the last one was. So it was quite a nice surprise that, Chibnall had brought the Master in, and that it was a fairly decent story. But I do like that reveal.
I love the Master. There were some bits I didn't like in the reveal itself. Yeah. But the bits I liked distracted me so much from the bits I didn't like. So the bit, the little matchbox. I love just some details in his performance. I don't know how much it was directed and how much it wasn't. When he does the little shuffle to get him out and he goes to put it back in his pocket, he just goes, throws it. The everything you think you know is a lie. That was good. And then the fact he just pieces out.
I quite liked the fact that he fancied Yaz a little bit. That was quite funny.
Yeah, I didn't care for that. But.
And did you? Because obviously I knew that he was in it, so I was like, right, it's either O or it's Lenny Henry is going to be the Master. The way it was kind of written, it was going to be Lenny Henry, but there was a couple of little moments where he's like, oh, I've been researching the Doctor when the Doctor was a man, and I've got all his adventures up there on the wall, and it's like, so right, there is something off there because you're not going to know everything that the Doctor's done, and then the line where he says, "Oh, we should have a look for the Spymaster."
Yeah,
and I'm like, he's the Master then, and because I knew he was in it,
I
was like, okay, he's going to be in it.
I had no personally when they were on the plane.
Yeah.
I figured it out before the episode told you.
Yeah.
But I did like the I liked the reveal.
Yeah.
Spymaster.
Yeah.
Before he got to that point, I did know.
Yeah.
I can't remember exactly what point, because I can't remember exactly what point all the events happened in.
Yeah.
But yeah.
He's quite creepy as well when he's laughing and he's clapping his hands together. I was like, oh, that's actually quite scary.
I think he does some good bits in the following episode. I think the best his performance is as the Master is in that bit.
Yeah. And
then the bit where he's talking in the hologram at the end.
Yeah.
I like that bit as well.
Yeah.
But
I don't think that's the last we've seen from him.
Oh,
I think people on Twitter and whatever are like, oh, he's never going to be in it again. What was the point in him being in it? It's like, well, hang on. The series hasn't finished. Yeah. And it's the Master. So of course you're going to see him again.
Yeah.
You know, Chibnall's not going to be writing out someone like the Master.
No. I really liked...
I liked him as the Master
as well.
I think he practically won me over from the moment he revealed himself. Yeah.
Look for the Spymaster. Or should I say Spy Master? Hi. So fun.
Number one.
Number one,
we've got
Utopia.
Oh, such a good reveal.
And it is a very good reveal.
You know.
And I tell you what I like about it, because it is in the Doctor Who magazine, is the moment he picks up the fob watch, Yana picks up the fob watch, you do hear the old Masters talking as well. You do hear Roger Delgado going, I am the Master and you will obey me. And you hear Anthony Ainley's laugh.
I love the build-up of the drums.
Things like that.
I know you don't particularly like the drum motif, but I really like...
I quite like that. Yeah, I like that rhythm. I don't know what it is. I like that rhythm, but I'm not too keen on it in the sort of whatevers. But I quite like the fact that it has since been incorporated into...
I love the way it gets... It's louder as he looks at the watch.
Yeah.
And I do like...
and I like Derek Jacobi.
Yeah.
I like Derek Jacobi anyway, but I like Derek Jacobi as the Master. I think he's very good as the Master.
You are not alone.
Then who are you?
I am the Master.
Please let us know what you think in the comments below.
Yes. What are your top 5, or if you've read this, do you agree with their list?
Whose list do you agree with more?
Yes. Yeah, that's quite interesting, because there's some in here I wouldn't agree with at all. But yeah, so make sure you comment with your favourite Masters, your favourite Master reveal.
Please like, subscribe, and
Yeah.
share,
Yeah.
and please comment.
Yes.
It's easier for us to make videos that people will like if people tell us what they like and don't like.
Yeah.
So please do that. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter.
There you are then.
And all that jazz.
We'll see you later.